Jessica Jones is a private investigator in the Marvel Universe who was born and raised in New York. She was orphaned as a teenager after a car accident killed her family, and it was during this accident that she was hit with radioactive chemicals that gave her powers. Those powers include super strength, superhuman durability, accelerated healing, and flight. Jessica discovered these powers after she was adopted, but decided to keep them secret at school and in her home life. But soon afterwards, Spider-Man inspired her to become a superhero herself, and she named herself Jewel. Jessica operated as Jewel for 4 years until she met the Purple Man, aka Kilgrave. He saw her while she was out on mission, and he used his powers to take over her will, and Jessica was trapped as his accomplice for 8 months. Jessica eventually escaped when Kilgrave sent her to kill the Avengers. The resulting fight, and also being outside of Kilgrave's range of control, allowed Jessica to escape him. But the damage had been done, and Jessica ended up giving up the title of Jewel and became a private detective instead. And this is when Jessica met Luke Cage after he hired her to find his missing father. The attraction was immediate and the two started seeing each other, though it wasn't entirely plain sailing and the two had a lot of problems along the way. After a one-night stand with each other, Jessica became pregnant. 9 months later, Jessica gave birth to a daughter named Danielle, and Luke and Jessica decided to give their relationship a proper go. The two eventually married, and they've been a couple ever since. Outside of family life, Jessica has also worked briefly for the Daily Bugle as a vigilante analyst. She was also part of the New Avengers team alongside Luke, but mostly has worked as a private detective under her company name Alias Investigations. She's still very much in touch with the superhero world, and her best friend is Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. And also, as a teenager, Jessica Jones went to school with Peter Parker and actually had a crush on him, though she had no idea that he was Spider-Man at the time. Then, if you want to start reading Jessica Jones comics, the best place to start is Alias by Brian Michael Bendis. This run is Jessica's first ever run, so it gives you a really good idea of her backstory and everything else important to her character. Pulse by Brian Michael Bendis gives you a good look into her time at the Daily Bugle. And then finally there is also Jessica Jones by Brian Michael Bendis, which continues on her story. As for her best team-ups, definitely check out New Avengers again by Brian Michael Bendis, and actually I will leave a link down below to my full reading guide to Brian Michael Bendis' New Avengers and Avengers, so you get the full story. But if you do just want Jessica's bit, I highly recommend reading the volume known as The Trust. And then finally there is also Defenders, again by Brian Michael Bendis, and this one is great if you are a fan of the Defenders TV show and love that team. And that is my guide to Jessica Jones in under 4 minutes, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me if there's any other Marvel character you'd like to see me do a video like this for, and please don't forget to subscribe to see more of my videos where I'm going to be talking more about Marvel Comics and the MCU. But until next time everyone, bye!